Having looked at how Heapify works, basically by swapping items, we are now ready to use the Heapify function from the heapq module that Python provides. In fact, this is a highly optimized implementation. Um, it converts a list into a min heap. So the idea is very simple. We can import heapq and then we can take any list and heapify this. The interesting thing to understand is that heapify happens in place, which means the list itself gets modified. So if you want to keep a copy of the original list, I must do a slice as we have done here. So let's see this in action. So I get here to my code window. I just go and say, well, import heapq, and then say import say random because we want to create a random list. I can just create a random list called x. I just go and say, well, random dot rand int. Um, let's say 1 to 100 for maybe in range say 7. So I get 7 items, right? I mean, just a test here, right? So if I were to, let's say, go and do heapq dot heapify say x, and if I were to print, let's say, x is min heap x. So when I run this, you notice that x gets generated and gets heapified in place. So you notice when I print x, that's exactly, it's already a heap. 32, 55, 66. In fact, you can see if you see carefully, you can already see that it is a heap here. Um, if I want to keep an original version of x available, well, I can just create a slice of x, say for example by doing let's say this, right? So if I were to do this, if I then print, let's say, x original, um, original, and then if I see if min heap x, and I can also see if if the original list was, so is min heap say x orange, right? So if I were to do this, clearly when we run this, so original um, so the original list was not a heap, very clear to me, because look, if it was a min heap, then the item which is the smallest, in this case 4, should have been right up in the beginning. It's not, but once I make it into a heap, which heapify does, I end up with a min heap. It's indeed 4, 26, 11. We can see that this is in fact a heap, right? So very, very simple to use. Just import heapq and say heapify. At the same time, it's also very important to understand the intuition behind this, kind of behind the scenes look of how Heapify actually works, which is what we did in the last video, because that facilitates a deeper understanding. I hope you enjoyed this video. Do experiment, do try different lists. You find that Heapify will do the job for you. And as always, look at our website www.ybyte.in for more such content, and enjoy programming. Take care. Thank you so much. Bye bye.